It's a short video about how I keep Bible studies and esoterical studies inspiring and how I learn to view it from different viewpoints. And first, of course, it is reading the Bible in different languages, as I'm always looking into other languages as well. Then we have the different Bibles. And here's my regular. And you learn from every one of those, especially while reading the footnotes. And one thing that I think is very nice to have is one of these, like Oxford's Companion to the Bible, and these kind of books that are truly research. Every faith has at least hundreds of them, but look for those that are academical. And you can find them in second-hand shops. And this is one of my favorites. If you ever start to want to learn about philosophy, this is one book to buy. This is one of the best dictionaries that is, especially since I have to look up some words constantly. So this also gives the explanation, and it's heavy text, and it goes into philosophy. And then, of course, I always look for everything in creation is esoterical for me. So I have books like The Night Sky and the Longman's Encyclopedia. I couldn't bring out my other encyclopedias, but it is just that you can also here check out for historical references and world events. And also that I love to read about history throughout the ages of the Bible and what has happened and what has come true from the prophecies and so on. There are many views, and there are so many people who say that they have to write this prophecy happened like this and this, but when you look into it, every prophecy in the Bible might have happened in 50 different ways in different countries, and that is quite interesting if you ever feel like you have the dark night of the soul. And then we have the local things. It has herbs in the Bible, and since I live in the northern areas, I don't have the same, but I can look for the herbs in my local area that comes from the same family, since the families of what is described in there is local as well. So this was just some inspiration when you maybe are struggling and lacking that inspiration. And my favorite source, of course, has been read the Bible with each of the angels separately, and also Christ. And you can ask a saint like Thomas Aquinas inspired me once, St. John of the Cross. And if you feel just connected to somebody, just light a candle and say, I want to study the Bible with you, and ask them for help. And you will learn to view and understand the Bible in different ways. And it can sound daunting, let's say, that you read the Bible with 72 Shem angels and then the 42 and then all the archangels and so on. But you understand something differently, and you got a different feeling for the Bible each time. And that helps, at least for me, to understand what other people mean when they are reading the Bible. And instead of being a fundamentalist, you learn to think in a more open way and understand their viewpoints, since you're studying with different aspects of God by the angels. So in that way, you're coming closer. And if you have any questions, ask a comment, but this was just things that keeps it interesting for me. And in the old days, they had only Bibles to study and learn a new language from. So if you have, let's say, a King James Bible in one language and then another, or a Vulgate in different languages, they must be somewhat corrected there. You can start to learn to read the Bible in another language, and it suits quite well. And that also puts us back in history to living in the times of the ancients, when they only had Bibles to read and they learned completely new languages. So I hope this is inspiring for you. Have a magical, magical day, and I love you all. Bye for now.